Hi guys, so today Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister in UK, announced there's a second lockdown now that's about to happen. So let's go through how it's going to affect us and our driving lessons and our driving tests, if there's any news. So we're going to go through on the BBC website. So COVID-19 PM announces a 4-week England lockdown. Let's go through it quickly. Okay, so Prime Minister Boris Johnson has announced a second national lockdown for England to prevent a medical and moral disaster for the NHS. He said Christmas may be very different, but he hoped taking actions now would mean families can gather. Non essential shops and hospitality will have to close for 4 weeks from Thursday. But unlike the restriction in spring, schools, colleges, and universities can stay open. After 2nd of December, the restriction would be eased and regions would go back to the tiered system. So this is some really heavy news that we're getting. So we're going to be in a national lockdown, and the date we're looking at is 2nd of December that it may be eased. But how does it affect us? Let's see if there's any news. Forced to treat patients. Okay, so under the new restriction, here you go. People are being told to stay at home unless they have a specific reason to leave, such as work, which cannot be done from home, and education. So as an instructor, I cannot work from home, so maybe I'm allowed to teach. Let's see. People are allowed to exercise outside alone with their household or with one other person. Meeting indoors or in private gardens will not be allowed. Here you go. Pubs, bars, restaurants, and non-essential retail across the nation will close, but takeaways and click and collect shopping can remain open. So maybe we might fall under the category of driving lessons. Construction sites and manufacturing workplaces can remain open. People are still allowed to form a support bubble. Children can move between homes if their parents are separated. And finally, clinically vulnerable people are asked to be especially careful, but people are not being asked to resume shielding. Mr. Johnson, who chaired a cabinet meeting on Saturday afternoon, will make a statement to Parliament on Monday. The UK recorded another 21,915 confirmed coronavirus cases on Saturday, bringing the total since the pandemic began to over a million cases. So anyway, from what I'm seeing right now, here's some facts as well. I think this is quite interesting. Coronavirus in the UK, total deaths, rest in peace, 46,555. 326 new deaths, 14-day trend. Total cases, 1 million. Let me see, hospital admission. So it's quite sad times, but at the same time, I mean, obviously the government has to take action. And in terms of driving lessons, there's nothing specific here on the government official rules. If we're allowed to teach, if you're allowed to take your driving test, DVSA will 100% email us instructors pretty soon. They're obviously going to gather the regulations and then decide if we're allowed to teach or not, and if you're allowed to take your driving test. So for now, I would say let's just follow the guidelines the government has given us until I get any further news from DVSA. There's no rules saying that we cannot teach as of yet, but there's a slight contradiction here. So people are being told to stay home unless they have a specific reason to leave, such as work. So in my case, as I said, I'm allowed to leave because I work in my car. But at the same time, you go, powers, bars, restaurant, non-essential retail will close. So you can obviously we're not retail or restaurants or anything, but you could say we're not really essential, are we? So a bit of a contradiction, I would say. For now, um, we it doesn't seem like we cannot teach. So I'm pretty sure I can for now. But I think to be on the safe side, I think it's gonna be likely that we're gonna be given a message from DVSA to tell us not to teach. That's my thoughts, and that's my impression from what I'm reading because it looks quite serious. But I'm hesitated to give a direct answer purely because um, there's a slight contradiction here regarding if you can work or not from my point of view as an instructor. But the overall theme is there's going to be a nationwide lockdown, and so most likely they're probably going to say to us, guys, you're not going to do your driving test and stay at home, and as instructors, you guys cannot teach unless maybe they're key workers like before. But let's just be slightly optimistic. Wait for the news. As soon as I get it from DVSA, make sure you subscribe to us, by the way. So we're gonna give you the news straight away. We're on the mailing list of driving instructors, so we're gonna get the news straight away and pass on to you guys. I know it's extremely tough times right now, especially especially if you're thinking about your driving tests and you've done all the lessons and you paid so much money to do the lessons and get ready and prepare yourself for the test, and now there's a possibility that you may not do it. But guys, just try your best to be positive. I know it's hard to say that, but try your best to be positive. Let's just wait for the thorough news from DVSA, and I'll be the first to give it out to you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you again for watching.